Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da.
There's a tiny guy in my card. Help me.
Well,
Stop it.
welcome
hive
to
here.
Urealms Live Fan Quest. Today we have a few people looking in. I think BMM is our backup, so if he builds his character, we'll build a character thing for him at the bottom. Anybody have one of those other character sheets we can maybe throw him out for?
I do. Of course. I do.
Excellent.
I've already
So
got spawned in.
this week, or should we say on the 18th, in 7 days from now, roughly, we're going to be taking a bunch of ageless who are going to be sent on a mission to retrieve a very powerful artifact for Bopen. Whether they decide to keep it or not, or be given to Bopen or whatever, is entirely up to them, but they're going to be going into a very dangerous area to retrieve this. So we have Echo Pirate, Memes, Echo, DJV, Nick, BMM, and KingOfApples, all wanting to build characters today. And for one, I will mention how Echo and Nick have decided to play two old characters that I've allowed to come back. It's going to be so their character creation is going to be slightly different. Echo is going to be playing Grim from the Campaign 5, I believe, right? The one with all the ageless and stuff. This is going to take place after the 5th campaign because Echo's going to be playing this character again. I'll have to re-upload his legendary, but basically, and Nick is going to be playing as Preston. If you remember, was originally the gnome from campaign 3 who kind of got beat up and he got freed in campaign 5 as well when they discovered at the end they kind of let him out of jail. I think everyone else, DJB, BMM, and KingOfApples, are all going to be just building fresh characters. So I'll mention a few special things for this character creation. One, Nick, not only Nick and Echo are going to have a little bit of different CC because they're characters, they decided to elect for the kind of rebuild option, which is basically, I'm making them keep like their cornerstone, probably their attribute, of course their race and stuff, but all their old cards can be repurchased.
These only 3 things are fundamentally needed.
Yeah. And Nick also has the option to use his meta cards, so...
Yeah, do you remember which meta cards I had?
Save them as objects.
Yeah, we can check that out later, but... So Echo and Nick are going to have a slightly different shop where they're going to be forced to play the certain race and certain cornerstone, but pretty much most of their other stuff is they can rebuy things from their old character. So technically, Nick, if you wanted, I've linked you the character sheet, and if you wanted to purchase any of the items on it, when we get to the shopping page, just tell me and I'll let you pay gold to rebuy it. But otherwise, they're going to be building their characters by re-rolling gold totals, and they're going to have to repurchase all the stuff they have. Of course, the exception for Echo being he will get his legendary for free, because why the hell would you ever give that away?
Yeah.
Hey, James. I'm not sure if I used my legendary or
not. Why would you?
I mean, my meta.
Oh, your meta.
I'm not sure if I used it, but I have it saved in case I didn't.
Oh,
yeah, I don't have any of mine saved. That's the problem. I don't have
do I need to double check our meta card thing?
Yeah, if you could check if I used mine or not. Real quick.
Hey, yeah. When you brought this up, let's check the meta stuff.
Speaking of meta, do I level up?
Oh yeah, because we have like 2 campaigns of XP that we might.
I will admit I'm a little bit behind on meta cards or experience, but let me double check real quick. I did finish player experience for the. Actually, I think I could probably distribute experience for campaign 8 because it was pretty simple. I'm just still building up exactly because part of it is. There wasn't a lot of base experience, but a lot of roleplay experience. I have to go watch the campaign over to see what I feel was really fitting. So, God, I forget the benchmarks I set, though. I think DJB earned another meta card. Because, yeah, DJV earned another meta.
I think I had false elf before.
I think Wolfie also has a meta. Memes, but he's gone. As I said, I still have to go through the other campaign of the pet show to see if there's any other, but at least from the campaign 7, DJV, you have earned another meta card.
So did I use my meta card?
If you did, you did. I don't
Okay.
remember. I'll have to check the videos and stuff. So DJV, we're gonna get to draw you a new meta card.
Nice.
Yeah, I just honestly don't remember which ones I had because I haven't saved them ever.
So you got Masterful Magi.
Wow.
So you can decide to be a skilled elemental user without. I don't know. That kind of feels a little weak.
It feels super weak.
Especially with having the
Oh yes, and I'll mention the other side of things. Also, this is the first shop where I've decided I've gone through some of the other expansions, whether I think Graspers of the Depth, I think DJV's himself, a few different other expansions, and thus I've added in a few cornerstones, attributes, and items from other expansions, which includes the supplies, which with my shopping rules is going to change the supply shop a little bit. So feel free, if you need to take some time, you might want to double check all the supplies because some of them, the way they're stacked, are a little bit differently. Like, I think there was one that was technically originally like 100 gold, but I moved it to the disabilities. Oh yeah, slightly addicted. I put that just, it doesn't cost any gold because it is as disabling as any of the other ones. I just made it like the other disabilities here. I think I also stacked a few other things. Some of them are obvious, some of them aren't. Like I put some of the general supplies and stuff on top of each other, like they're items or magical or whatever, just so I could fit a few new things, like the addicted or how you can get a pet cub now. There's a few fun new little supplies. I was like, you know what? I think they fit within the ideas I like from Urealms, then I'm trying to open it up a little bit more. So feel free to take your time to look through the supply shop a little bit as well to see some of the new changes.
Look at this dual wielder.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, well,
I like
in the 50 gold, there's a few stacked items right here for like all these quote specific weapon types or whatever.
So can we get the races and classes down?
Excellent. Yeah, let's go ahead now. Now that everything should hopefully be good.
You'll have to manually do mine because I'm less up. Sadly.
Well, since
Just deal
BMM,
all.
since
It'll
Nick is
give a better
technically
random.
already, I'll say for BMM, just so you're aware, I'll use some of Nick's area for your character creation, just so you can look at your stuff.
Oh,
You are the side
Nick
character.
already
Nick
has
already has a race at the very least, so let's deal up some.
Sorry, these
And of course, Nick, as I said, I'm dealing them off in your slot, but.
Oh no, damn it, you suck. Piece of shit.
Well, Nick, technically you are a peasant. I mean, if you want to go against your peasant nature.
I want to go Sea Chef. It would have been fit so well. Damn it.
Also, I still get to look at.
Okay, I'm going to veto whatever the last class you. Oh, if you move Bone Dancer, that works too.
Don't want to be the worst person ever and choose Sand Bitter.
Alright, and I'm going to start trying to deal out the weapon decks, the updated versions of all these decks while you guys are... Let me make sure I shuffle them all before I deal them out.
Oh yeah, just to make sure everyone knows, we're playing as ageless this week. So
Yeah.
I mean, I could be a dirty paladin. No one says I can't.
Yeah, if somebody wants to help me just slowly deal them out face down and stuff.
Especially with Jane's 13th class ability, like you could be like.
Yes, I do have the 13th class skills. If you want to get a reminder on any of what you can get.
Yeah,
There's a copy of them up here. Ooh, oops, did I deal from the wrong deck? I think I was. Oops, for the armor. I wish I could just... what we should have done is we should have shuffled the extra new cards into the weapon, armor, and treasure decks.
Why did my
That would have been
go
the
like
smart
this?
way to do this.
Huh?
Like
Did
so
you
my
press
classes
two
are now
buttons?
stacks. No. I can't press 2, I'm in VR.
Hold up, wait. I got this. I got this.
So you see the issues being in VR, my guy.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay, you're
There you go.
currently
I
stuck in a
fixed
different.
them for you.
You're currently stuck in the 13th dimension. I'm sorry, BMM. You've gone too far.
Oh!
Stop
You've
moving the
been-
deck. I'm trying to
you-
draw from it.
Well, sorry.
Alright, if you got the... If someone else got still weapons and armor for people, I'll start dealing out treasures.
I like how I got absolutely no custom cards. Or like
Rip.
anything with like special back. Again, I think you're drawing from the wrong deck. You're drawing
Also,
from
Nick,
really low.
as I said, since you do have Nick's... technically, you do have a Preston's character sheet, so if there's any items on that, feel free to tell me and I'll find you a copy of it. Add to
maybe
your
another
character.
berry.
But there wasn't a ton to his character in the first place.
I mean,
Oh,
another
yeah, I
berry
had
could be
Fire
interesting.
Lord.
Oh yeah, it's like
break
you
your
can
leg.
fire spells on deck, right?
Break your legs.
Yeah, I have Fire Lord and then one other one, but I don't remember what that other one was.
Wasn't it like False Elf?
That's me.
Oh, it might. I think it. No, yeah, I don't remember.
I have full self.
Yeah, we'll double check. We can check the videos or stuff like that.
Well, if you look in general, I reposted what last update was.
All right, let's see if I can find Fire Lord.
Yeah.
Fire Lord's any 2 fire spells in the game.
Any 2 fire. I don't need that for Grim. Alright, Grim is keeping true to himself and gonna continue being a bone dancer, because...
Nick, it's because you didn't get any custom, so feel free to let's flip over your shop once they're dealed out.
Oh crap! Oh yeah, you can see that before you pick races in your version.
Yeah, I noticed that was part of Rob's. So you can decide if you see an item in the shop, you're like, oh, that really could fit the build I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's. I'm pretty sure you got that from me. Most people, like,
Well, Rob also does it. That's why I was like, okay.
Yeah, but no one else does it. That's the issue. I started doing it, and some people are like, "Dude, you're crazy," but that's
No,
how
I
I
agree.
work.
I like it.
Yeah.
It is crazy though because it's too easy to min-max if you can choose if you can see ahead.
Yeah, sometimes you just build. This is why you build a personality, not just other stuff.
See, Master, that's why you got Unstoppable Divinity
Hold
Slash.
on. Before you take everything, we still
No, I
remember
know.
we're still
The
doing
thing
this
is-
as traditional character creation, aka there's gold rolls and stuff like that.
Well, what I was gonna do, because you said that I was gonna get these for free, so I'm just saying, like, I went 3 new,
Maybe black 4, sword.
Well, technically, yeah, you keep all. I'm not re-rolling your pork skills. I'll say that.
Oh, you're not re-rolling them at all?
No.
Oh,
Hey, you're
okay,
starting with a
fine.
legendary. I think that's a fair trade-off.
Alright, that's fine. I'll just take these and put them in my inventory then.
Just for
I mean,
temporarily.
here's the thing. What if that legendary is completely useless? Because he doesn't have absent-minded anymore, and I'm pretty sure like that was completely based
So
around
by the
that.
way, Echo and Nick, I'll ask you to as you're figuring that out, but keep in mind, do you want to re-roll your attribute or your classes and stuff? But let's start with
I
the
need
3
an
new
attribute.
characters. So, new characters, have you decided on what you're playing? You may not want to pick your class until you see, like, your cornerstone and attribute, but...
Okay, sure.
And remember gold rolls as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
my gold rule doesn't matter at all. I know picking Bone Dancer no matter what. Because the other classes that I got just aren't worth it.
Alright. So let's start with DJB. Apple, and whatever. So, DJV, you just want to be a dwarf. Ah, crap, we forgot to upload the gold counters.
No, the gold counters.
You know what? I got him.
Question
Sorry,
number
Nick. Yours are weird, so I think people prefer this one.
Well, you know what? Screw them. I'm using mine. This one counts by hundreds. I still like it.
Well, it's up to you. If people want to use either Nick or the
Can I
old
get
one.
Nick's? I like Nick's.
Oh, well, here you go, buddy. Here, I'll make it bigger for you, just for you.
I want a regular one.
You're gonna play like Just Dance. You're gonna play like Dance Dance Revolution on that gold counter.
DJV, do you want the Nick one or the traditional?
Can you promote me so I can grab one of these gold counters? On coffee
Oh, Apple, do you want the Nick?
Yeah.
You don't need a promotion. Which one do you want, Nick or the other?
This one.
Okay, I'll give you one of the normal ones then.
All y'all
Ooh,
trash.
so Apple, you're going Black Boar.
Yeah.
Why did that get thrown over here?
I'm just showing you it. I want you to play Dance Dance Revolution on that thing.
And you're also going Black Boar. Wow, we got a lot of ageless Black Boars.
Ageless porters.
Now, does that go towards Jingoist?
Ooh.
Well, as I said, as long
they're
as
ageless, so it's fine. They're ageless, so it's fine.
well, as I said, at a meta level,
towards ageless.
yeah, technically at a meta level, I'll let you know because there's a keen. There'll be a dwarf and a black boar. Or if there's two black boar together, then you will have a little bit more stamina. Somehow, Nick or DJV does not show up, which is very unlikely.
Can I tell you something really cool? I have the option of getting 3 netherberry branches. I have one in my weapon shop, one in my treasure shop, and I can purchase one from Preston.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
You can give it to us.
Alright,
We can
so
do another bear branch.
as a dwarf
I
and
have
2
a
quarks, that
plan.
makes it really easy for you guys. I don't have to deal out any RNG things off the bat.
Yeah, let's not do that, because, good God, remember when we were playing as the kids and, like, everyone had another very branch? Good God.
Alright, DJB. Your cornerstone is Kindred.
Motherfucker. I want to be Kindred.
So do you want to get, before we even draw the other cornerstones, this is the one time Apples or,
Well, here's the problem with this. This character already has a backstory. Remember?
Oh, you have an idea for your character?
No, this guy gets the melted flesh from Dwarven Mastery. And, like,
Oh!
this is
Oh,
the guy.
That's right, you're going off of your old, that's right, from last week's character. So you need a copy of Melted Flesh?
Yeah, so this guy was the best friend who was present at the explosion that made my guy insane and whatnot. So if I'm kindred with anyone, they'd have to come from that little mining town as well.
Here's my question, because does Apples and BMM want to be Kindred? Because Jane, what you could do is you can pass
It does say if no one else wants to be Kindred, you can redraw that cornerstone.
I know, but if like Apples, since they're both black boars, it would be interesting if they're Kindred. So I think if they wanted it, you could pass down Cornerstone. If they don't want it, it's fine.
I'm a backup, so there's no guarantee that I'll be here.
But even though, like, Kindred, you're still getting lots of stuff.
So yeah, that's right, because I'll give a reminder, last week, his character bought Dwarven Master.
How does Kindred work? Can you explain it?
If I give it to other people, we each become a family member, but for every person I give it to, I get a random spell, treasure, or item.
Yeah, if you take the Kindred attribute, you get a random spell, treasure, or item card. I'll also let people know I've changed the item deck for those who weren't here at the beginning, as well as anyone who happens to watch this recording, that I have changed the item deck a little bit. So it's a little bit more different.
So would I get the random card too, or?
Yeah, you would get a random card if you wanted to be, like, just a bro of his.
Yeah, we each,
Okay, sure, I'll take it.
Okay.
He's your adopted brother.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to be from the same mining town. I can send you the lore later.
I don't want it.
Cool.
I don't want it because I have a plan for my character.
I don't want it.
Alright, you don't want to be Kindred? Alright, so the Kindred people, first, let's start with your kindred.
I'll take a random.
Oh, you're causing a tsunami wave.
So, what do you want? A spell, treasure, item.
Treasure.
Alright, let's go into the random treasure deck. Alright, come on, RNG, give me a new item. This thing is a Soul Drainer.
Hey.
Well, that's pretty fitting for being an ageless.
Yep.
Urealms new.
I like how this- I like
Apples,
how
what do you want?
PM's
Do you want a spell,
philosophical
treasure,
looking
or
at it.
item?
Yeah, Apples, you also get a spell, treasure, or item.
Yeah, I'll
choose.
choose treasure.
Alright, let's also get treasure for Apples. He gets jet snakes!
Hey!
Cool.
Alright, let's draw for Outsider here. Who is Slavery?
Ooh. Ooh, you used to be a slave. Rip.
Wow. That's kind of sad.
No wonder you're a mean, ageless person. I mean, good God.
Alright.
Alright,
Jane,
so...
Master has to... So Jane, something important. Master has to go for 20 minutes. He didn't expect this long of a wait for character creation to start.
Oh, sorry. He has to go in 20, or do you need to
He
leave
has
now?
to go for like... Here, look, sorry, I gotta go for like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. So for a moment, we'll blank out Master's character. That's fine. Sorry, Master. We took so long. Whenever you get back, tell me. We'll build your character.
I'm ready to see Preston.
Alright, so Echo and Nick. Technically, Echo, you already have an attribute. Do you want to draw a new one? As just like your
No.
extra replacement attribute, perhaps in mind did?
It's
Or
very
do you
important for his
want to-
character.
I mean, if Grim wasn't a jingoist, he wouldn't be
Yeah,
Grim.
I feel Jingoist really fit him.
Now Preston.
So Preston might have a chance to have, a different thing. Originally, he was a peasant. So, technically, if you wanted, you can still keep his peasant cornerstone attribute, and I'll look that up. Or maybe
no,
he's
I would
come
like
into
to-
a new
I would like to
life
switch
since
it.
becoming an ageless.
I have a... Depending on how long, I have a good idea of what Preston has became.
Oh my God! I just realized what the flavor text on absent-minded says. You often forget things, including what you just said, and often forget things, including what you just said.
So Nick,
Preston is the name of the game.
you think Preston here is going to evolve a little bit as a character?
Well, Preston as the leader of the Porks, he's definitely evolved as a leader and definitely have taken on the Ageless.
Alright,
Wait,
well
what?
let's see if Preston has changed in this time since he's become an ageless. Apparently, he's become greedy!
What should we do? I'm not
Well,
sure
you can
about
buy that eventually. Yeah, you will be able to buy that. Just right now,
Gosh,
he's greedy.
I don't know if I want greedy. It seems your selfish individual only cares for gold and treasure. I think selfish individual could work, but only cares about treasure and stuff.
If you won, because technically your corner... Well, oh yeah, that was the balance I made for Preston. That's why he was a peasant. I gave him broken.
Broken, again, isn't that bad.
No, it's not bad. It's good. That was the balance, though. He was a peasant,
Like, it's not...
but he could pick any ability in the game.
I mean, there's only so much stuff you can pick with that.
Yeah, true. So yes,
But
if you
see,
want to buy a
I-
fortune redo, when we get to the shop, that's cool. Next, DJB, who is AFK,
No.
but we'll draw him one.
I'm
Apples,
gonna draw.
you are a beta.
Ooh.
Oh, have fun waiting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I'll
that's
be
not
back in an hour
fun.
then.
You know what?
Hey, redraw.
Oh no! What happened here? I know it's recorded, but that would be totally fitting because he's DJB's AFK anyway, so.
Since he's AFK, yeah. Yeah.
We can swap him into being the beta.
So then, what are you?
You are drunk! Yes!
I think you just saved DJB's life.
Oh god, I have you.
Oh!
Apples,
Hold up, wait,
apparently you're drunk.
wait.
I'll let you know the minor buff I've gave them to drunk with my rules. I'll let you know the minor buff I gave the drunk in my rules is normally it costs 2 actions to move diagonally, but that's my buff the drunk characters because it is a stamina penalty one, is that you can move diagonally without penalty.
Yeah.
With those jet sneaks, you're gonna be fast. Even if you can only move diagonally.
Oh god, wait, imagine his jet sneak, he rolls a 20. Nah, just like going
Oh
diagonal.
my goodness! And, so you're psychic.
Yeah, no wonder you escaped from slavery. You're psychic.
Oh, that's
you
pretty
played a
fun.
game. You win all the games of poker. You know exactly what they're playing.
Alright,
That's
now
like
we get to do
absolutely
gold
correct.
rolls, which I think I forgot that was the other thing. We got the typical dice though. Does anybody want me to pull out some of the fun dice, or is everyone okay with the normal one?
The dice isn't that bad. Again.
Wait, how do I? There's no roll button on VR.
Just shake it. Just shake it and throw it.
Just shake it.
Wait, hold on. Let's make the dice your size.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's funny, he's playing via little avatar. Alright, he got a 1! Oh my goodness. That's a whopping 10 gold. That's what you get for playing virtual reality mode for Alright, apples roll. Apples.
Roll.
19! Pretty solid.
Well, hold up. We should give him another chance. I mean, this thing's not even rolling.
Want me to roll on your behalf, BM?
Alright, BJ, if you want to do another one, I'll give you another one. Little BMM.
Oh damn! Look at that roll go. 6.
Alright, you get 50 more gold. That's fine.
Alright, let me just...
Alright, Nick and Echo, you guys can roll now. I'll bring over you two. Oh, Echo.
God damn it!
1, 2, 3.
I'm pretty sure he just got weaker than he was before.
Jane.
Did you already add the 600 to your character?
Yeah, I already added the 600 from...
Because you're definitely gone Bone Dancer?
Yeah.
Nick,
Jane.
you got a 12.
Hold on. There's a meta card I like to pop. I like to pop Golden Trickle.
Ooh.
Yes!
Wow.
Alright, dude. You want it for yourself or do you want to give it out?
No, it's to myself.
Oh, yeah, it says, oh, and once you give any non-class card you bought.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
So you can buy stuff for other people. That's pretty nice, Nick. Well, so apparently for being
No,
greedy...
whenever I buy a non-class ability, I can give it to everybody else.
No, I'm pretty sure how it's worded is it lets you basically buy stuff for others.
Alright.
Well, yeah.
That's totally fine. That's a really good skill in general. Normally it's like, oh, you have to worry about your own gold. And pretty much like, there's a few things that like you impacted buy stuff for other people. But in this case, you can only go, hey, anybody want this item? Cool, I'll pay you for it. Here you go, bud. I assume, though, that's the first thing you're going to buy is that fortune reroll, because greedy golden trickle seems weird.
Hey, you never know.
Alright. So DJV, we will have to do his gold roll later, because he is a beta now.
Need some help?
Yeah.
Feel free right now to use DJV's slot for some of that stuff.
That's why I was using it.
Whoa.
Now, I'm gonna build this character. I'm gonna build it so it can fight in combat, but I'm also gonna build it very story-based on how I think Preston would deal with being ageless.
Oh, is Preston becoming a sorcerer?
No.
Then why the hell where'd the spell sword come from?
I could choose any class ability in the game.
Technically that's not an ability.
Technically it is. I was able to get Jack of all trades, which is also not technically an ability, it's passive.
When?
The New Year's campaign.
Yeah, but that was
Broken
New
also.
Year's. That was me being really gimmicky and silly.
Yeah,
about it.
that was the New Year's campaign.
That wasn't gimmicky. Like, you...
No. Ability means it has to be something you can unlock, use. So no, you can't just be a class item. It has to be an ability. Like, I might say passives. No, wait, no, not passives. It has to be a skill you can use.
Then what was that whole conversation about all class things being abilities?
Because that was you arguing, trying to make the item deck better. So sorry, Nick.
Oh, there goes my idea.
Nick, did you... did we lose a few of these cards?
Okay, that's 100.
Also, if you need the 13th class skill, if someone wants to grab those out. So while you think about that, Nick, so our pork is going to be... Our backup is going to be a ranger. Alright, so that puts him at 690 gold.
Alright, well, first things first, I'm going Templar.
Oh! Preston is becoming the most endurance character.
That's cool.
I'm gonna buy an ogre leather clock.
Cloak. Alright. That's cool. Does anybody else want to buy it? Technically, at the backup character, if anybody else wants it, you have priority.
Nah.
It means you can't be stunned, but you can't cast spells.
That basically makes you immune to all status, but...
Yeah, it makes
Wait,
me or Apple.
It says all status effects. Yeah, I'd be nice that as a black boar, since you're already immune to large and thus immune to all status effects. You can be immune to stun.
Alright. So, Jane, the first thing I gotta say is I don't think Preston would have been greedy after all those days. I'm gonna spend 100 fortune redo.
Alright, feel free. Where's the fortune redo?
My fortune redo, I'm redoing my cornerstone.
Of course. Where is it?
It's down here, but doesn't matter. Yeah. So I'm redoing my attribute. Let's see
I
what I
like
get.
to make sure, like, price-wise, if we have copies of them.
Yeah, it's 100 down
Find
here.
the 13th class abilities.
Oh, okay, let's add a copy of it. Let's make a few copies of it.
Where do I find the 13th class ability, by the way?
It's up in the item deck, or up in this deck up here. Crap, who mixed with these? It looks like some of them are missing.
Not missing.
Hold on, I'll get you, just tell me your classes and I'll tell you which card it is.
Ranger.
Ranger is
Alright, here's Ranger. We have a Sharp Swordsman.
See a triumphant return of Grim.
Yeah.
Oh, you already grabbed the Sharp Swordsman one, okay. Bone Dancer, I assume. Okay, it looks like we already got the Templar one.
Actually,
and what about, did you want the Bone Dancer one?
I took mine.
Hey, Nick, if you could buy me an amulet of bones and save me 100 gold, that'd be really nice. Because I want to make sure I still have Grand Raven's gift.
You can try once per shop betting. Like, it is an important key to your character.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you can remember to do the once per shop bet off thing.
Well, okay, I'd be betting 10 gold on a 100 gold item.
But it was something you had before. It was something that was key to your character and used a lot. So I feel like Jane should give you some kind of bonus.
It's not like you got an amazing gold roll, so I'd probably make it like, don't roll one, or you. Or if you want to use your once per shop bet, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's find out, Nick, if you're no longer greedy from your, you know, I also felt that was a weird one. So now you're poor. Oh my god.
I'm probably going to redo that also.
Okay, go ahead and play another fortune redo.
Preston is definitely not boring.
Oh no, not at all.
We need a cornerstone that fits. Secret or yeah, sure, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
Alright, fine.
Wow, apparently,
Oh, that could be so cool.
He's a
nearly,
seeker of knowledge.
apparently for becoming an ageless, you've all of a sudden decided to seek out Quintara Lotus?
Well, how about we look at this at an ageless standpoint? After becoming ageless, he's gained a lot of opportunities to find more knowledge about the world.
That makes sense to me.
I'm gonna grab one sheet because it's so good. And move the two diagonally.
So yeah, can I bet my tin?
Oh my god, you're a drunk sharp sword? So you're gonna be keep in mind that's kind of weird. It's like you'll be able. Well, it says you may move up to 2
He's a
spaces.
large cut.
So
Remember,
yeah,
he's
you
a
can
large
move
cut.
2 spaces diagonally. You can move 2 spaces diagonally and just attack someone else. That's just gonna make positioning really awkward for you. But once she.
So Jay, I have a question. With so first of all, I draw a random legendary spell scroll because it's Seeker of Knowledge.
Oh yeah. See, it's a good thing I actually added in those new legendary spells. I don't know if there's copies of them or whatever, but so let's find out what Preston has now. He is Wormhole.
All
Okay,
right.
that makes sense.
Now, second thing about devoted master of aura. If I would have got Spell Echo Dark, can I just cast a spell whenever one of my allies casts a dark spell? Party members. Either
if you
Echo,
feel like
Max, or Apples.
Preston would.
I feel like
I'll have to
I feel
double
like
check
this
the
is
wording on Spell Echo Dark.
It says whenever your master casts a spell, I could be under Grim technically, so I could technically do that.
That would be an interesting story point.
Here's what I imagine. I feel like Preston, like he was the leader of a bunch of porks before. I feel like he's not like a main brute fighter. I feel like he's in the back, commanding the battlefield around him.
You know, I think that would be really fitting if you decided like Preston is like after being set free from this guy, he tracked him down a little bit. Remember, technically, Preston did sign that contract at the end of that campaign with Mr. D. So technically,
technically, I could be a buddy with.
Yeah,
technically, I can have the buddy system with Echo. So basically, whenever he casted Summon Bone Army or Raise Dead, I would cast a normal spell.
You could totally do that. I feel like roleplay-wise, that would be really interesting. You would just, I would need a good justification of why Preston would all of a sudden go under a pork. I'm okay with that. On a roleplay side, if you can define it, I'm okay with the mechanics side of picking that.
Preston doesn't see any of these people as porks anymore. They see them as ageless.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And also,
He's been enlightened by being turned into an ageless.
There's a few things about. I'll say a few things I want to do about this character. One thing I want to say about this character is I wanted to get psychic strings because again I feel like I'll go for more towards a commanding the battlefield-esque lookout of this character. But I was also going to go for golden spices.
Interesting choice you could pick. That's another interesting choice you could pick.
But I was also going to get golden spices so I can be able to be in the back but still be able to command other people.
Yeah, feel free to take some time and figure out which one you want. Oh, did anybody get any of the cool new custom cards for their shops?
Is Slightly Addicted free?
Yeah.
Yes, I've changed Slightly Addicted to be like the normal disabilities, by the way.
It's a disability, so it's free.
Now,
Could you take these two over to my thing for me, please?
Both of them?
Yeah.
Peg leg and slightly addicted.
Oh my god, so you want to be slightly addicted and a peg leg. Okay. Keep in mind, since you're the backup character, I would prefer you keep the money to yourself, but I don't think that was your plan
I know,
anyway.
that's what I was gonna do.
Alright, I was actually considering getting a disability as well.
Alright, so that means you're going to go up to 290 gold, so you can actually afford a little bit more.
So, Jin, first of all, I wanna.
Oh, and we should probably find out what you're addicted to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do that first. Do that
Please
first.
be EXP. Please be EXP.
You're addicted to lethal poison. Sorry, man.
Wait, I am?
Poison.
You're addicted to liquid fire!
What does that let you do?
It gives you bonus action.
Oh,
Actually.
so wait, whenever you get a bonus action, you get a bonus action?
Yeah, I get 2.
Yeah, you
I
get
guess you
bonus
did get
actions.
lucky.
I don't have anything that gives me a bonus action though.
Well, do you have chaotic mace? No, you don't. So what if you had a no roll bonus action?
There we go.
Because you could technically get the elemental mage gauntlet if no roll bonus actions count.
No, I can't because I'm not. I can't because I don't. I'm not.
Wait, the book of cursed spells?
Except he can't cast magic. He took the cloak. So what about you, Apples? How are you doing up here? You've got a belt guard, 1 sword, and 1 sheath. Masterful strike. Oh, pretty solid.
Yeah. I'm saving 500 to see what Nick over here gets for passives, because I might want to buy that 3 passives.
Can I bet 40?
Well,
Can I bet
no. You don't have to buy passives from him. He gives them to you for free.
Yeah, I know. I want to see how many passives he's going to give me before I buy the 3 passives.
Jane, can I bet 40? Jane, can I bet 40?
40? Oh?
Yeah.
What do you want to bet 40 for?
Because I have 900, I mean 90, and I can't, then I don't have any 10 gold things that I want.
That, okay, but what do you want to bet on?
Oh yeah, I have to bet on something, I forgot.
Yeah, you're betting money to get an item.
Alright, well, before we do that, can I bet my 10 gold on Raven's gift, which I had before? So basically, I'm betting 10 gold on
Alright. You know what? Because your character's still pretty much the same person you were originally, there's not a huge change to your character. So yeah, I'll give it, just don't roll 1 and you can have Grand Raven's gift back.
I threw it. Here we go. I'll count that.
Alright, that's not even close, so go ahead, get your gift back. I assume that's all your character is, Echo, unless somehow you want to take a disability. To get more gold.
I
would
take
like-
ability.
I want to bet.
But yeah, your
40 on
character
the
looks pretty similar to how they used to be. Of course, I'll have to remember to get your legendary back.
I would like to bet 40 on Tattoo of the Wolverine.
Where's that?
Oh,
It's
so
a-
what do you want your bet to be?
Tattoo of the Wolverine.
It's a very good card.
Oh, did he pull one of the new ones?
Fire.
Wow. Are you only betting
Also,
40?
can I
If
say
you bet
something?
all your
Actually-
gold, you would have a better chance to do something cool with it.
Actually, hold on, let me buy one thing.
Well, let me just say something. Jay, I actually spoke to the person who made that card. He said that you get the passive from it.
Well, that's not what's worded on the card, so that wasn't what I... But since I have other ways, I guess that's okay for 350 gold. I'd be okay with that.
Can I get melted flesh? Would that count as armor? Would melted flesh count as an armor?
It has the...
Armor or
it's a
passive. It has
armor.
both gems, so you can put it in either slot.
No, I was wondering because I get to double my armor because of Black Boar.
I think it only counts your normal armor for Black Boar.
Okay. I'll still get it.
So, Jane,
Yeah,
I have
that's
an
pretty
important
ageless to do
question.
that.
But yes, I would like to bet my remaining 190 to try to get.
Alright, well, you got a pretty good roll for your gold, right?
It was a 6.
I got 4. So
Oh, yeah, you got a man roll. And you did, I'm gonna say, there isn't a lot to your character, and I do think it's a really fun item right now. So I'm gonna say, don't low roll, and you can have it. But this will be your last item then.
15.
15.
Wait, where's the he rolling?
It's this tiny dice here.
Well, I need to actually see it roll, so give me a roll, please. That I can actually see.
Dice finicky.
It's weird.
Hold on.
I would rather... Nick, you
Oh,
roll
here
for
it
him.
goes.
Nick, you do a normal roll with
God.
the normal dice, so that way I can see it
yeah.
real quick.
That's like Shadow. That's like Shadow of the Colossus right there.
Nick, could you roll for me?
Oh
Yes,
damn!
Nick,
alright.
roll for him on his behalf. Bill 13, alright, he can have it.
High five.
By the way, if I do give you these skills, you only technically can use those. I'll be okay with the passive, but you can only use the passive while you're in that form.
Well, no, you like become part of that.
And it's a tattoo.
It's like it's not
Yeah.
Avatari, and you literally become like an amalgamation, half that. So he's gonna be half black boar, half something else.
So
And
what
basically,
animal? It says
he
a
gains-
beast companion?
He gains their abilities. Yeah, and
And you did mix
But
the
now he
custom
subtracts-
beast into the deck, right?
yeah. He also subtracts 5 to any diplomancy rolls.
Oh, he's
That's why I didn't
part
good.
spider.
Oh.
Ooh. That actually makes me so
You know
excited.
what? I'm just gonna
That's
go ahead and
freaking
buy
boss.
this.
The funny part is, I think the ironicness is because
I'm
of
gonna
your
get
cloak,
back
you
room
can't
items.
use your skills.
Yeah, these are.
It's mostly just I'm a badass spider now.
No! I can't use anything!
Oh yeah, you're wearing the ogre leather cloak. Do you want to just get just remove?
You want to
Can I
refund your
can I
ogre
not-
leather cloak?
You're already immune to status effects. Wait, you're a black boar. You're already immune to status effects. You big dingus.
Crap! Can I get rid of the clock?
Yeah, I'll let you
The cloak.
refund your cloak. That's fine.
So will I get money back for it?
Sure. If there's one 100 gold thing you kind of want, sure.
So,
But that's pretty fucking boss. Now you're part spider black boar.
I have a question, Jane, about my character and how he would mechanically work. It's very simple, and I can. Sorry. Yeah,
Alright, give me a moment.
First do
Let me
that.
get Apples a moment. He's been pretty quiet here.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah,
backroom items. Fun.
Yeah. 6 passives, please.
All passives. You realize...
Yeah.
You did take the one weapon to actually let you... Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So you actually would have room for all 6 of them.
Yeah, but I'll only choose 3 of them.
Alright, let me get my custom passive deck. I mean, actually, I think I missed out on, like, maybe some of the passives from the other sets, but that's okay.
Did you
I'm
shuffle
gonna
it?
get augment.
Yeah, I remember to shuffle.
Wait, are you just getting 6 passives?
Getting 6 and choosing 3 of them.
Can I get
okay.
a statement counter?
Oh yeah, that's probably important. Here.
So you get the pick from Stolen Form,
Ooh.
Beta Royal,
Won't be detected.
Unyielding Justice, Aura of Strength, Strong Armed, and Tome of Auroras.
Betrayal will be really good because no one will know that we're ageless then.
Yeah, you could be thematically a good teammate and go like, let's make sure we're all immune to being detected as ageless.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna
I'd
work.
rather hide your detect.
That's not gonna work.
Oh yeah.
Not with the Oh my
spider
goodness.
actually fits so well.
Freaking psychic slave with a peg leg.
Whenever I kill a target, I can transform it into an ageless minion.
So, question: what exactly, what parts of you are exactly ageless, like spider?
I have spider arms coming out sometimes.
Oh wait, is your
Oh,
peg
yeah, the
leg
black-
have spider body?
Oh, if you wanted to have like a really weird like spider leg that just is kind of like your peg leg, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That's useless. You don't have any laws.
Oh, that's
I'm good with
worthless.
that.
You should have like
Random
you should have like
Hey.
no. Hold on. You should have like You should have like half of your like
Oh,
this half of your torso.
No, you haven't double
be
damage
a
yet.
spider. So
Yeah, that would be bad. Oh, I can totally see that.
Oh,
That way his
but this
peg
makes
leg
you
could
need to
technically
stun.
be like a whimsy
Yeah,
little
that's okay.
spider leg.
And
Okay.
And
betrayal
that's why
would
it
be
makes
really
it hard for him to
nice.
walk.
I'll take
Okay,
stone for
imagine this. Imagine this.
fun.
Imagine
I'll
a
turn into a
centaur,
rock boy.
but instead of the horse part of the centaur, it's a spider, and my top half is black ore.
Well, you also have a peg leg. That's why I thought it would be more badass for you to be,
Okay.
you know,
Oh, yeah. Good point.
because that's why I thought it would
Alright.
be more fitting, like, if just one of your legs was normal, but one of them's like a spider leg, and that's why it makes it difficult for you to walk.
Well, if
Yeah.
you'll listen to what I'm trying to say, is maybe you could make it so that the half of your torso is spider, so like one of your arms and one of your legs. So you have like 4 spider limbs, and they're like coming out of your torso. And one
Alright,
of them
so
is the one that you
Apples
use to walk.
Yo,
Decided
I'm
he's
out.
going to be a strong-armed, he has stone form, and Tome of Auroras. So I'm going to have to draw him 3 light spells, and then basically all you have left is your bet, Apple.
Yep, and after that, I have an important question about mechanics, and like I said before, very simple that I'm asking, and I can explain it.
Alright, so Apples, your light spells you've learned are... Wow! Divine Mending, Nourish
Wow.
Animation, and Spirit Beast Assault.
Oh, cool. 1 second.
That's so good!
Oh, shoot all,
Oh my god!
shoot all minions duplicate, but I don't know, that'll work on.
It'll work on grim stuff.
It does, yeah, it does say all minions. So I would be probably
Some
okay with
minions-
going like,
some
okay,
minions not
once
able
for
to do-
combat, he can double all the ageless minions.
So Jane, there's also something known as some minions may not be able to duplicate themselves like elemental minions can. I mean, technically ageless could, they can like detach
Yeah,
and reform or something.
In this situation, I feel it would be very fitting. It's purely he's using it as support for another person. I'd be like, yeah, that's chill.
Alright, now one question about my character, and it's just, it would be very interesting and, again, very simple. So, with golden spices, could I use Whisper through ageless minions? And I can explain how I can do this. How Preston can do this.
It does say allies. I don't think... Remember, minions don't count as allies.
Yes, but I can explain how he's able to, you know,
Alright.
summon ageless. So he has, so he's a whisperer, he charms people. After becoming ageless, his whisper got a lot more powerful. So basically, there's a dark aura around all ageless. He's able to force them, basically whisper on other people and charm them using dark magic. And I think that'd be very interesting.
How are you getting golden spices?
Broken.
Oh, from Broken.
Oh!
I see.
Technically, he's deciding through passive right now, which is weird. That's why I think it technically has to be an ability.
Well, class. That's a class
It's an ability. It's an ability. I have the ability to cast spells through others. That isn't an ability.
It's a passive ability.
Oh, if you
Yes.
wanted to get it as your devoted master of aura, I have no qualms with you taking
What do
this
you...
skill.
It's still an ability, though. Like, okay, sword I can kind of get. This is an
We've already
ability.
had this discussion. There's this thing. It's called the abilities section. Alright, anything that is in a class
I
is
mean,
under the
it's
abilities
fine.
section.
If I can't do that, then I've had another plan. I have another item I wanted that makes more sense anyway.
I am laying down in bed and it's so comfy right now.
Oh my god, you totally are. Look at this.
Are you dead? I think you're
No, I'm
dead.
just laying down in bed.
Alright, well, I feel our backup character is pretty solid. We got a part spider person. Who's Ranger. That's freaking bad. That sounds pretty fucking badass.
What do you think? What do you think, Echo? No one's really gonna be up close, whatever.
Psychic Streams is
I like
also
my,
not an item you can pick from Broken.
It's still an ability, though.
No, it isn't. Ability means it has to be something you can activate. Like,
Yeah,
it has the ability
these are-
gem icon. See
Yeah,
that little
these are
nice little
shiny.
blue gem or technically limited to spell counts.
Well, okay. Look at abilities from that point. Look at abilities from a more
Nick,
abstract
there are
view.
plenty of options for Broken to pick from. You arguing
none
for
of them-
passives.
Here's the thing, but none of them work for this character. I'm trying to find things that work with this character.
What are you
In
talking
Psychic
about?
String,
There's plenty of them. There are so many cool abilities. I mean, you do have Devoted Master of Arms, so if you want, you can just get any of those.
but I already
characters.
had that cool idea. But I already had that cool idea for special Spell Echo Dark. That's the thing.
Yeah. You would have to make a choice. No, what are you talking about? There are plenty of abilities. What were you thinking you wanted to do with them? Ask, and I'll try and find if there's an ability that kind of covers what you were thinking of.
Preston is a backline hero. He commands other ageless and other people to do his will. Now, there's a few cards I know will work, but some cards I know won't work just because of how games are played. It won't work as well.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back, dude.
It's all good.
I think it was very fitting. Your attribute you pulled was beta. So ironically, you were having to wait till everyone to build their character anyway.
So it was actually kind of perfect.
Yeah, that was actually pretty perfect. Well, we have a few characters if you want to look over, like apples. Well, remember, apples, you do get one bet if you really want. I mean, you had a solid amount of gold, so I don't know if you want to be super greedy on what you want to try to get for your last skill.
What you doing, Masters?
Although I'm curious, you're gonna have to give me a good backstory of how you got the ability to be part Devere as a black boar. That's gonna be interesting.
That's stone form?
Yeah, he got stone form because he bought God, what was that consumable?
We come
Back to
from
the
a
items.
mining town, so
Yeah.
that could help. I can after my backstory, I can send you what I had.
Well, just mentioning. I'm mentioning to you guys because I think I'm trying to remember. I try to build really good legendaries that fit your characters. So if you give me a good backstory, then it gives me more room to work with something I think fits your character.
Yeah.
My character is a creation of Bopen.
What?
My character is a creation of the skeleton god Bopen.
Or at least a follower of hers? Alright. Remember, I don't want to technically. My plan right now is that technically all these stories could take place in the canonical Urealms universe. So you want to be very careful about making claims about knowing certain characters.
I'm choosing Spellslinger, by the way.
Oh, alright.
Rather than the obvious potential Death Knight.
Rip. There goes all the potential I had to cast cool dark spells.
Alright, so Nick.
Oh.
So you did want to rebuy your old Netherberry branch again?
Obviously,
No, I bought that from my own shop.
Oh, okay. He also has War of Constitution if anyone has open passive slots. Are you still debating on whether you want Psychic Streams or Spell Echo?
Can I get the aura? Can I get the aura?
Can I just...
Nick, if you want, I'll help you find a skill that fits the idea. Remember, this is a character I originally created, so I can help you find an ability I think
I know,
fits.
but there's, here's the thing, I know what I'm going for, and the thing is, Psychic Streams would be perfect. And it works as an ability still.
Oh?
I mean, that one doesn't do very much. It just makes his regular action a chaos action. That's it. I think that's perfectly acceptable.
Can I get the aura of Constitution?
He's also taking Aura of Quickness as well, apparently.
Ooh.
I can't. I can only have one.
Yeah?
I don't have the space for a second.
They already took it.
Oh, okay.
Nick, in the Keys of Preston, because if you really want, I'll let Broken take puppet strings. Psychic
like,
strings.
I know, it makes sense though, like, I don't
I have
understand.
such a
There are
lot
plenty of other
of
skills
stamina.
that make sense. There are stuff like, literally, Preston has other ways to give his actions to others. Remember, he has beg on his character sheet.
But remember, this is Preston, but now helping the ageless.
Yeah.
So he's gotten a lot stronger ever since. He's getting, like, he's gotten stronger, I would think. Like, he's not just gonna be that dude. He's now, like, a commander, in my opinion, in some way.
Or at least isn't as puny as he used to be.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I'm basically have beg, only he's gotten stronger. He's learned how to adapt. He's learned how to learn from it.
Alright. I'll be
And, like,
nice if you want that to be like your updated version of Peg, that's fine.
I know. Like, here's the thing.
Alright, I'm
Like,
fine bending the rules a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
know.
to be more accepting and stuff.
Also,
so
another
go
thing.
ahead.
I have no reason to take Death Whisper. It's kind of useless, but I'm taking it because it makes a lot of sense for Preston.
For roleplay, yeah, that totally makes
Yeah.
sense. Well,
I'm
technically
trying-
now he can't be silenced anymore.
Yeah,
Just
but he
means
takes
he's
double damage
easier
from
to
light
get hurt by the
spells.
light.
I could technically take the Amulet of Bones and achieve the same effect, but it's just that flavor text that makes it
Yeah, of course.
good. So,
I can put people in eggs.
Also,
You're-
I'll
you're
probably let you
really
know,
good.
Echo, for one thing, is if it's not a major deal. Since you already have a legendary and you're starting off, you'll probably still be doing legendary rolls, but if you win, you'll get to choose someone else to get
Oh
there.
my god.
That makes sense? Is that okay, Echo?
Yeah.
Can I have the Templar pass? The
yeah, just promote. I feel like just promote them so you can choose.
I'll copy any ones you guys want.
Oh.
What one do you want? He has Constitution.
Well, I want to see what he buys.
Right now, he's had Constitution and Quickness.
Yeah.
What would Aura of Dexterity do? Would it be like we get a second anytime?
Remember, any times are a little bit different in this form, but yes, that's kind of
Well,
how
it's
it
basically
works.
the team passive. Aura of Dexterity would give me a second anytime, right?
Yeah. It would be like the Keen one where you get, yeah, a second anytime.
Alright, cool.
So,
Oh yeah,
how are
you
any times
different than
different?
3 words.
You only get one, but Dexterity.
Although I'm
would
not
be
sure if there's like a lot you can do with that extra action.
You get a
enough.
season.
Well, trust me, I can do a lot with that for roleplay.
Well, you do have another Berry Brand, so as long as someone has like some sort of anytime abilities that you can use.
Dude.
I
spells.
can use Whisper in roleplay ways. All right.
Alright.
Can you get Aura of Charisma? Because that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy Aura of Charisma.
Amazing.
Charisma.
Oh,
And I would like.
add
and I would
one
like-
treasure of your shop for free.
Treasure,
So
alright.
everyone can choose one treasure in the shop to add to their character for free. If they take Aura.
Yeah, I'm taking the Aura for sure because
Who is?
I'm grabbing my Bone Wall Shield.
Ooh, that's a really good pass. Yeah.
What do
I
I
Okay.
want?
Yeah, okay.
I grabbed my Bone Wall Shield from my special shop.
Alright.
With
For that, I'll buy the Netherberry branch, so 100 gold back.
Could I also have the
Can you give
quickness?
me that nectar berry branch?
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Technically, Nick, when you buy stuff, you can give it to other people.
I know. I want to see how much money I have left over before I make any drastic decisions.
Hey
Alright,
Nick, Nick.
actually, no.
Yes.
I remember BMM. Right now, you're the backup character.
Oh
So
yeah, good point.
Oh god, I kind of want to.
Nick can put people in eggs if I come.
Can you copy me the Aura of Charisma? Because I want that. Apples does.
who wants Aura of Charisma?
Apples wants the Charisma.
All right, Apples.
You don't have space.
You don't have.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, because he has one sword. He can.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's-
right. You can put passives in your weapons. Right.
Here, let's move some of this around.
Yeah.
Did you put did you put companion passes in the back room items?
Okay. And for the, I'm gonna buy this.
Oh, yeah, you
treasure
definitely did.
here.
That was a stupid question.
I'm getting
I need 3 random fire spells.
I'm gonna be so aggressive with this. Holy crap! I took Muddy Billhook as my
Oh?
freebie.
Oof.
So that means every time I
DJB, you're
do my
scared, bro?
every time I do my critical hit combo, I'm gonna guarantee cut off a limb.
Okay.
Oh god, DJB, you're terrifying.
Yeah,
You're a
right.
scary bro.
Oh.
I'm okay with it.
Wait, I have a question. I have the bloody bulwark.
Oh, I
Will
took that
that
too.
let's say I used quick shot, which does triple damage. Would the damage from the bulwark be tripled?
No, because damage doesn't stack like that.
Yeah, this isn't a basic attack. This is
This just
like
says when you
extra
deal
damage.
damage.
Yeah, this is
I'm
after.
done.
So basically, yeah, you can do a triple damage basic attack, which is Wow, it's 30 damage with the longbow? Wow, that's scary.
So, Jane, I'd like, I'd like a backroom items. Or can I buy that?
Oh, you want to get a copy of Backroom? Sure. Do we have a copy of it still on the board? Apples, where'd you put it?
Where did I put what?
Backroom items.
I think you removed it.
You must have deleted
Because I
it.
don't see it.
One moment. I might have another
it's
copy.
Do you want to
Char.
know what
I know
one
I put it in my
combination
inventory.
of passives,
Oh, it might be
spells,
up
and
here.
items.
Oh, never mind.
It's 6 of, and you get to choose any combination of passives, items, and spells.
Also, could you grab me 3 random fire spells for this pyrodite necklace?
Hold on. Give me a moment. So Nick wants to purchase backroom items, which will put him down to 550.
Yep, I want 6 passives. I want to seal the deal with Passive Meister. There's gonna be more passive than Mackie Zickerson.
Oh, I didn't get a gold roll.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me give you a gold roll. That's why I was wanting you to wait real quick, DJV, before you.
There's a random passive right
You've
here.
been able to
Wrong
Oh, sorry.
character at
I'm gonna
all.
go ahead and leave.
You're a beta. Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave.
I hate beta because it just.
Yeah,
means
see
you
you
have to
later, dude.
wait.
Start thinking of your backstory, by the way.
You already filled your whole character. It's fine.
Okay,
You
can
didn't-
I get my gold? I'm gonna roll for gold now, James. I never actually rolled.
Yeah, give me a gold roll real quick.
Okay, roll into the left of my inventory. 14.
14. All right, that's an additional bit.
Okay, did you?
All right, let's see what I get.
Oh, you did take the pyrodite necklace.
Yeah.
There's the psychic stream. See, I
It's
don't
in my
even need to be
inventory right
nice
now.
about that now.
I was waiting
Can
for
I-
you to give me the 3 random fire spells.
Are you fucking serious?
That is perfect. Now you can
You
actually
know-
get a skill without me trying to bend the rules for you.
Okay, Jesus, I hate you.
Elements
So
guide
much.
me. Blade Seeker.
Wow, I hate you, Jesus.
Enchanted Object. Men Friends.
Oh god.
And Dreamweb.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, there's a bug. Well, you got the psychic strings. Now you don't need to bug me for the one.
Whatever.
Hey, that means you get a new. You have to choose another.
Hey,
name.
if you
Okay,
want,
I
Nick, I'll let
wonder-
you just take the psychic streams from this
Here's
one
my
and just pick
question.
any
If I
other
had-
class ability. Because
Here,
stacking them
here.
does nothing.
Well, I was wondering, can it be one of my any times since I have dexterous?
No.
Alright, fine. It was worth a shot.
So yes, if you want, I'll just let you pick any other skill in the game for your psychic strings. And for your broken ability.
Probably just commanded dead.
That would make sense for him now. He is in an ageless group.
Mm-hmm.
I think Men Friend's useless. Blade Seeker could be interesting, but
No, he's not a fighter. Like, I don't picture this guy as a fighter. I picture him as a commander.
alright.
I don't know.
Yeah, Men Friend doesn't make sense. Maybe Element Guide Me would be fun, but unless you pick the skill of that element, you really don't. The other two I don't think
Here's-
really fit your
Here's
character.
my second question. I have more of dexterity. What happens if I would have got veteran?
You would
Which
have
also
gained
gives you
another
fourth
anytime?
anytime.
I mean, technically, yes, you could have 3 anytimes, but outside of blocking, you really don't have a lot of things to use your anytime on right now. Well, yeah,
Here's my-
blocking and using your 1 legendary spell scroll.
I'll find a way. There's probably stuff I can do.
But yeah, I honestly, Nick, if I were you, I would take a skill, something you can use as an anytime. Or a limited of some sort. Probably the anytime thing, because then you would have a reliable thing you could use your second
See, the
anytime
issue
thing
is,
besides just
there's
blocking.
no abilities that could be used as any times, since
Yes, there are.
there's no such thing as a dual gem. There's no abilities that can be used as both an interrupt. Because
Yes, there is.
dual gem is what?
There's several.
I only know limiteds.
No, there's
right?
also several. Like, even in normal stuff, there's stuff like prickle dance or
Riposte?
those type of stuff. Yeah, the skills
However
that
you
say
say
you can
that.
use this regular action at any time when using this gem, you can use those. And some of them are stuff I actually added to the class deck.
Could I take bravado?
If you want to be really flashy, sure. Remember, I did say the warning was if you repeatedly use a skill, a full heal, I'll make it harder and harder each time you use it as to not break spammable full heals. But sure, you could.
Alright. Riposte. Well, I don't want to melee basic attack them. Hey, hey, does anyone want to get married? Just ring that
What?
question out. I don't know.
Preston getting married?
I don't know.
That would be pretty funny. I'm trying to move some of these around to make sense for all this.
Well,
There we go. That way we can see all your. Oh wait, this one's more of a passive type deal as well. So
That's just because of
This one is because of this one, so they
Yeah.
can to each other.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Either way, I'm just trying to move them around to make sense. So it's like, okay, these are. Then we should move this one up. Like I thought I would move it around so where like all the stuff that like these ones can kind of be ignored, and then the ones that are like okay, they're kind of there, but they do impact your character, like Constitution, Quickness.
I have a question, Jane.
Maybe like this one's fine.
Possibly not, but is Smokescreen Pistol from Swashbuckler able to be used at any time? It's only 5 damage and it's like puts up a smoke cloud.
If you know what, that might be one I'm okay with. That's just 5 damage. Even if it's a bit of damage, I think I'd be okay with that as an anytime. That feels roleplay sense wise to be a skill that could be used. As I said, I'm still working out exactly what skills I want to get.
I'm buying Adventure's Diary, and could I please get a random Swashbuckler ability?
Oh, so as part of that, before we draw the Swashbuckler thing, I'll remember to mix in the class abilities as well. The 13 class ability.
Ooh, yeah, good call.
Ooh, but you want an Adventure Diary.
Yep.
See, that was I thought that was a really fun one to get.
And here's a Swashbuckler class from someone.
Alright, so let's turn it over.
Okay,
Oh, you got the second
so there's all
skill.
13 in there. I'll let you shuffle it up and deal it to me.
Alright. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Oh, dang it, Jane! You turned it back into the normal thing. Now it's an
How the hell did that happen?
Oh, okay, good. Phew.
Alright,
Come
your
on,
new
come on.
skill is Mark the Spot.
Oh, I mean, we already had that.
Yeah. I was hoping for an anytime ability because that one has 2 that can be that one and parry. I was fishing.
What's wrong with Mark Spot? He's okay.
Well, I mean, I don't need it because I always critically hit.
Yeah, but it helps your allies.
I was looking for something that, like one of like the two things that let me use my anytime regularly.
Oh! Yeah, that's right. Alden's weird. Oh, God. That's one I'm... Because...
Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that I only have one.
Alden's
anytime.
weird
You only have
because...
one anytime.
Honestly... Oh, God, that's weird. I don't know if... I think Alden's one I'm going to have to redefine because auto-critting with a no-roll range basic attack just because, oh, you aren't reactive?
I mean, that's
Feels a
technically
bit
what Deadeye does.
Strange.
Well, like, what if I took like dynamic actions then and like kind of like so it's kind of balanced with.
Yeah, holy crap! Yeah, I didn't realize Spellslinger has a few skills that are a little weird with the mechanics. Like, if you want to give me a good alternate for like how these skills should work, because automatically critting just because by not is bizarre. I didn't realize how weird.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes actually more sense in this.
Yeah, I mean, all in fits a little bit more. Like, yeah, if you decide, okay, I don't block ever.
Yeah, like
I just want to use my anytime to do like other random fun doodads.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a fair trade-off. It just means, okay, you aren't a responsive character if you use Deadeye. You go, all right, if I use my other skill first for something, and then I Deadeye.
Oh crap! Can I Deadeye as an anytime? Because it says using one of your anytime actions. Like, is this anytime?
You know what?
Sophie's is in
How
there.
about a balance? This might be the balance out for Deadeye. What if I make Deadeye able to be used as an anytime, but it's not a critical hit?
That sounds perfectly fair.
That feels fair.
Yeah, that way I don't have two crits a turn.
Yeah, because that could feel really broken, especially with that bill hook. You're gonna be chopping the fuck out of people's limbs.
Let me see. Where did the 13th ability go? Did I already buy it? Yeah, prt1 unload's really good.
Yeah.
Oh man, Command Dead seems very fitting, but I'm unsure.
Well, remember, there are a few other abilities you get for free, Nick, if you want them.
Like what? Well,
remember, because of the peasant, there are a few skills you know.
You're done apples, right?
Kind of.
So if you want any of those, you can take them. Because they're all peasant skills, I'd probably just say you can keep them.
Because I have.
Oh wait, you're no longer a peasant though, so technically you shouldn't even have Whisper.
So I can get like one treasure from you guys.
So that's how you learned Whisper was from being a peasant.
Trying to look. I could buy his Frozen Rod of Power just to get the 2 spells and dump.
So technically, Nick, if you really wanted to fit your character definition as you were, technically you should take Whisper as your skill from Broken. I'd let that be the exception to the rule, simply because it was a very iconic skill to him. But because you're no longer a peasant, technically you shouldn't get any of the peasant skills.
Well then, fine. That's fine to me.
Yeah, that seems... Is that a fair trade-off?
Sure. And last but not least, I'll get... I was thinking about getting a second... I was thinking about getting a second attribute, but I'm still unsure about it.
Oh, you want to see if you can screw your character up?
No, whatever. I'm
so
gonna buy
overall,
Legend
Echo is
and...
still pretty much the same character for the most part, isn't he?
Alright, so Jane, I need one random spell scroll, one random treasure, and one random spell.
Oh, from...
Catchy of Sundries.
Oh!
Why is this not a consumable?
I don't know.
Like, that stuff feels like a consumable.
Yeah, I think it should be a consumable, because the...
I'll let you stack one of the items on top of the catch. That makes sense if it's in the bag.
I'm probably not going to keep the spell scroll, but you know.
Alright, so what did we pull? A spell scroll?
You shuffle that?
I did shuffle beforehand.
Right.
But what else is there? A spell scroll, a treasure...
Random spell.
Okay.
A
Spell...
little bit of everything.
And a treasure.
Oh crap. Do we have party-wide double damage anywhere?
Oof.
Okay,
oof,
Nick,
oof,
you
oof,
have a
oof, oof, oof,
trample,
oof.
blood of contract spell scroll. Wow.
That would have made a great broken. God damn, I didn't think of that.
You know what? Because I think
Motherfucker.
for roleplay, I'll let you stack that on top of your sundries.
How much would Whisper cost if I tried buying it back for my character?
No. You can just keep Whisper. I'll just cost that as you're broken.
No, because Bloodl's contract would make a great broken. Contracting people into the ageless crew.
Oh.
I didn't think of that.
If you wanted, I'll basically let you swap. No,
I'd
Nick,
rather have one
I've
good
already kind of
ability.
been trying to bend the rules with you.
Yeah,
As I said,
whatever. Damn it.
Whisper really fit his character in the first place. Unless, if you want, Nick, I'll let you trade out Wormhole for something else. I'll just redraw your attribute for free.
What if it's bad?
It's up to you, Nick.
You become doomed.
Yeah, no, I don't. That's a little too risky in my opinion. Whatever.
And I assume Legend, he isn't known for being heroic.
I could probably get rid of Legend. I just think he's a legend among the ageless people. Just how he acts within the ageless.
Well, yeah,
Community?
it is a weird story. Probably like tales have gone around the camp about this weird little, tiny little Keen. Pretty sure he's a Keen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This kind of a Keen who was like the leader of these ports for a while. He tried to hold an uprising, got his plans ruined. So it was like, got camp, put in the Sun Swords, broke out. He's now an ageless trying to make his name. So he already, he kind of does have a story about rebelling against, norms.
Yeah. So here's the thing: if it didn't work, if I would have gotten rid of Legend, had Blood Oath Contract as that class ability, then bought back Whisper, how much in total would
Yeah, if you
that
want to do
cost?
that, sure. I'll give you 200 gold back. I'll say Whisper's pretty cheap.
Like 100 gold, I guess.
200 back here. Yeah.
Alright.
So,
I feel it was pretty impactful to his character, so I'm okay with that.
So then I shall use Blood Oath Contract. So let me just quickly pull out that ability. Oh, I'm excited for this character. I love Preston, even though he's such a...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what direction you take him in.
Okay,
And remember, Preston was the character of mine originally, and as I said, that's why I opened him up. Is like, you know what? It could be really interesting to see his story evolve.
I don't know. I think I improved it.
Yeah, well, as I said, that's why I was willing to give him up to you guys taking over, just like Rob gave freaking best waifu away. Or sorry, not best waifu, but good waifu.
Well, I don't think I have anything else. I think I'm just stuck with 200 gold.
Yeah, if you want to just have 200 gold, I'll have you hold on to it. Or remember, you can also buy for other people since you use Golden Trickle if you want.
Yeah, who wants stuff?
Ooh.
I got 200 gold to spare.
If at the very here.
Remember, Echo, your legendary's taking up your last slot. So.
yes, I know. That's why I kept it open.
You want a second attribute? You want something else? Want me to buy? Want to be a veteran?
I might ask for gold. Just give me a second.
Ooh,
Okay.
you want the Pyrodite necklace? Is that the last of your money apples, or?
Wow, Apple's waiting like 2 decades for that.
Yeah, he's been waiting a while.
Alright, let's find some new fire spells. This is one I was testing out to see if I like it.
Apples, by the way, you're muted if you're still here.
Alright, I'm content with what happened with Preston.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I was saying it for so long. I thought you people were just ignoring me.
You said it a couple times, but then you got muted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly it.
It's three spells, Jane.
Yeah, these were stacked.
Oh.
Alright, he has Slam Shot!
Yeah.
Wow!
Honor
Righteous
Theory
Theory.
X?
And Honor JTX.
Two of those are freaking fantastic.
Jane, I hope your mini boss gets infochained. It better be. I'll be extremely mad if it isn't.
Jane.
Warhammer.
This
I'm
is
gonna
pretty good. You were gonna be like a fire
Down.
light dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna move your non-limiteds up top, but okay.
But they were already together. Whatever.
Like that, see? Non-limiteds.
Just
It's up
leave
to
that
you,
part
however you
open.
want to organize it. I just, for my personal sake, this is how I do it.
Yeah, I put my limiters in the bottom too. I'm buying the treasure replica to get the frozen rod of power from Apples' shop.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need 2 randomized spells. I'm dumping the rod.
Oh?
I'm just going for spells.
There's only can you use it. You're buying. Wow, you pulled that?
I got the treasure replica in my shop.
Well, technically, you have to roll to use.
You have to roll to use this?
Yeah.
Well,
That's why it's only 10 gold, isn't it?
Well, I mean, to be fair, high rolls let everyone have that item then. Oh no, everyone. Well, if you high roll, everyone gets to pick an item in their shop for free.
If I low roll, do I not get anything? Is that what happens?
I don't know.
And that's why it's 10 gold.
Okay. I guess fair.
That's what I thought the fair part was with that item. It's like, oh, well, it's fair. Like, I can decide how effective it is. Alright, a 9. I will let you get an item, sure.
Frozen Rod of Power for 2 ice spells, please.
Alright, you'll have to replace one of your weapons.
Well, I was gonna do it and then just drop the front rod.
That's not how it works.
The rod is the reason you have the spells. It's not like
Crap, I have to keep the rod to do it? No one else
you have to keep the rod.
Well, then screw the rod. It's not worth it. Well then, I'll get the Ancient Book of Cleansing then.
Alright, remember the rules on full heals and stuff, right?
I know.
Pretty good. How are you, buddy?
Don't spam
By the
them.
way, chat wanted to tell you. Sorry for taking up the room.
Basically, the more you use a full heal
Uh-oh.
during
What did you guys
a
fill it up with?
combat, the harder it gets.
Basically,
Well, what's the cost for
Am I allowed to have any of it?
250 or
Yes,
300?
Of course, what your
It's
position?
500.
It's
What?
Oh crap! Oh yeah, it's 500.
would you like some?
You need some extra gold, or is that still not enough?
Well, I'm
It's not phase it up for you.
I only have room for like abilities or items right now, and I don't really have like any in my shop other than like maybe like a deck of cards.
Is there still stuff that you wanna buy?
Okay, so
Apples?
40, 70, 100.
Because apples, I could pay off your pyro. I could pay off your pyro necklace apples.
What do you mean?
Like I have 200 gold. Wait, I have to buy. Never mind. I have to buy you items. I don't get to pay stuff for you.
Okay.
Still waiting.
Plus
I'm
20.
Still
So
waiting.
yeah,
Does
Nick,
anyone
you're
want-
full. DJV has
Plus
2
30.
slots. Apples is 3.
Hey, who wants another berry branch? I still
Technically,
have
you
one in
can
my
buy
shop.
stuff as well for our last member, BMM, who has 6 open slots, including a weapon.
Hey, I have a question,
Hey,
DJV. Would you
wanna
like
buy
it?
people's Stuff? Well, here, actually, I can buy this first. Sorry, you were gonna say something.
Yeah. Whenever you basic attack, you want to draw a random potion.
Is it gonna take up a passive?
No, it takes up a weapon slot.
Well, I'd rather be able to cut off a limb and heal every time.
I mean, alright.
I already cast an arrow spell.
If no one's gonna buy it, I do have ways.
Jane, I'm gonna buy the No, not the mercenary. The holy. No, where is it? I want the wanted note. And could I get a sheriff ability?
Oh, interesting. Alright, that'll knock you down to 80 gold.
Yep. I have 80
See,
gold.
DJV, you're aware of all these extra things. See, I thought that bunch of supplies was just really fun. Are you glad I added that to the shop?
Oh, I am so glad you got these things in the shop.
So yeah, I was trying to add a few more expansions in, because I thought there are some really fun abilities.
Are you kidding me? Why is that not an option?
It should be.
No?
Did I miss the one with the Death Knight on it? It should be in there.
No.
Huh. DJV, If you could find that deck, if you want to throw that one, that's fine.
I mean, can I just pay 100 gold for a random Death Knight ability? If I did want one?
Dude. Yeah, the thing is like.
It is a consumable, so AKA before you get it, Nick, if you want to give it to someone else, you have to let me know before you activate.
Well, like
use it.
There's still stuff that yeah, because like there's one thing at Death Knight.
Is there a 13th, Sheriff?
Yeah, the 13th is the bad one that really probably is. You're going to kick yourself if you pull it.
Well, no.
And plus it's a passive, which I couldn't, like, I'd have to drop something for it, too.
Well, then I can pay 100 for another one of those.
I grabbed it out. Well, I mean, there's only one of these in the shop, so...
Yeah, it's only a 1 in 13 chance. You feeling lucky?
Let's see what I got.
Wow, the body!
Wow, the body.
Hey!
Not bad.
Wow! That's pretty good.
Do you need anything from me?
Also, DJV, since you're familiar with these items, I assume your backstory is going to include these items on how you got these other skills.
Naturally. I got a grand tale coming from a mining town to being on an ageless ship.
Speaking about it, how long has it been? Like, what's the confirmed date?
I'll say it's probably at least a few months after the ageless
DJV,
broke you out of jail.
the info about the mining town. So
Yeah, I'll do it as Hey, Nick, you want to me 20 gold?
Why 20 gold?
So I could get another, so I get a
He wants 100. He wants 100 gold item.
Yeah, damn it. Now I'm like, now I really can't get rid of this. It's like,
I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I could look for other stuff.
no, like, there's some items I was thinking about getting. I was thinking about getting a mine. I was thinking about getting a mine heist. I was thinking about buying mine heist training.
So right now, you pretty much only have room for maybe some passives.
Oh, never mind. I have dream.
Or sorry, you already have full passives. Yeah, DJV, you're down to 1 ability slot.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Bandito ability now.
Oh!
Oh, he does.
You are going all out with those passives, huh?
Okay.
You are going all out for that fun little shop, aren't you?
Yes, I am. So Nick Gate front of me 20, so could I please have a random Bandito ability?
Oh my god. DJV, you're having too much fun getting these choices, aren't you? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just like, you're having too much fun, aren't you?
I have so many passives and weapons and shields in my treasure slots. I had barely any ability treasures. I already grabbed the 13th Bandito.
I grabbed it, Jane.
Yeah, he grabbed it.
Alright. So let's shuffle it. Let's see if you get bad luck and get a passive that you'll have to throw out another passive for. Oh, siesta! Well, that's a fun skill. That's really fun.
It's fun.
I feel like that one shouldn't be penalized, seeing as A, it's a limited, and B, it's done soon.
What Bandito skill isn't a limited? Like, most of them are. Honestly, having a full heal that basically is just like, okay, you basically have lay on hands for 2 people, or the ability to disable a target at the beginning of combat, or if you want to like roleplay, whatever. Fiesta isn't the worst. What would have been bad is like Dance of the Hat, because then you would have been forced to say, oh, my character has to wear a hat if I want to use the skill ever.
Dude, I could have a pirate hat. That's badass.
Fire hat, motherfucker.
Alright, there's 2 things I'm actually considering to get.
Oh.
Okay.
The first thing I want is Elemental Shifter.
Ooh. And the roleplay thing?
Yeah, I'm shifting Whisper to Dark.
Oh. Alright, that's pretty fitting. That's pretty fitting. I love that. Dark Whisper.
Dark
Whisper. Then second I want is Prodigy.
You don't have a space for it?
I can remove stuff.
Yeah, if you want to get rid of it.
I don't need this stupid rod.
Oh man,
All right.
15 damage and a potential.
So your
burn.
stamina will get rounded up once we do the calculations.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I
think
think
my
that's
stamina's
2
like
stamina
150.
right now. I think that's just 2.
Yeah, currently everything's in 10s.
Yeah. So that's 2 health, but that makes it nice and easy for you.
Yeah, I have 150 stamina.
You can also, because if you want to keep your rod, you can technically throw out the Blood Oath contract scroll.
I can. That's my catch.
Oh, that's right. It's part of your sundries. That's right.
Unless
That's
you allow
fine.
me to. I mean,
No.
At that point, do I need it? Like
That
Bonnie
would
has
be being
that
nice
now
to let you stack the.
trample.
Yeah,
Well,
technically,
yeah, of course, I'm cool with
technically
that.
you have a scroll version of it as well, but it's part of your sundries, so I don't think it's necessity.
I'd like to give 80 gold to my bro, Grim.
Oh man, what?
Thanks.
Wait, you can't just give the gold. I think it just says you buy items from.
All right. I'm gonna buy from shopkeep 80 gold and give it to Grim.
He buys like a.
I buy a package of 80 gold.
Well, let's see if
It's
hold
spending
on. You
change.
know, party
During the
down here
campaign.
does have brute
No,
person
you
stuff.
don't realize. I don't. This is my legendary.
Yeah, I know. During the campaign, you can buy yourself like a soda.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
well, let's look. Let me double check down here. I think there's a few 50 gold, some cheap items that could fill in this.
Don't worry.
I mean,
I
if you want
was
to,
making a joke. Like,
you could make a bet.
I think
before I was gonna
that
bet for No, Jay. My question is, can I save this 80 gold? Because I was gonna save it for the campaign, and I was gonna.
Yeah,
give
if
it
you
to my
really
bro,
want
Grim.
to, you can save the 80 gold for the campaign. I'll
Can I
put that on your
for
notes.
the
Or
for the campaign? Can I?
I'll ask
split it
BMM
50-50?
if he wants anything out of the shop.
Well,
If he
I don't know,
plays,
I mean,
that is.
I'm splitting the gold 50-50 with me and Grim for the campaign, so we both have 40 gold at the start of the campaign.
Yeah, you know what? I think that would be very fitting, especially since you said you've kind of become a disciple of his. I want to keep. I'm curious because of you two specifically playing old characters coming back, including a character that was originally created by me. I want you two to talk it out with me a little bit on your relationship and what's kind of been going on in the meantime.
Let's talk privately after this. Let's talk about these.
All right. I'm trying to think. Like, is there anything major that he could purchase for 80 gold?
Question. What's Preston's last name?
I haven't given him one.
Oh man,
You have to
choose the
treat him
last
of that, Nick.
I'm bad at last names.
I am too. I suck at him.
Preston the
Give him
best.
just like something simple. Because remember, he was a peasant for a while. He could be like Preston Smith or something like that.
Oh wow,
Something really. That's why. Remember, that's part of why his whole backstory was he got so pissed off he was just not considered adventurer worthy, and that's why he rebelled and tried to kidnap people and shit.
Here, I'll ask you about it. What about Preston Denaire?
Denaire? That's a pretty simple last name. I like it.
Dinaare.
Well, Nick, if you really want to trade off stuff, you could also play spell swap.
What spells can I swap? I have no reason to because I do have another berry branch.
I know you can. If you want to give someone else trample.
Hey! I'll trade your Bone Commander trample for his reconstitute.
What? No. He needs that.
No, he doesn't. All right.
Yes, he definitely does.
No, don't worry.
Well, actually, Apples could do it really well, I think. Apples, you still there?
Yeah.
If Nick bought Spell Swap, what would you be willing to trade for, like, his trample skill? Because trample really isn't a skill I think fit your character, Nick.
It doesn't. Like, if no one was gonna take it.
Yeah, that is pretty good to me.
Yeah, I thought that would be amazing for you. So you could totally, Nick could spend, Yeah, since he has a gold left, do you want to buy spell swap and use
Hey,
it?
Grim, my bro, I'm taking 100 gold from you. Thank you.
No, what do you want? You want righteous? Wait, no. Binding, slam.
Nourish might be a funny choice because then you could be the support and duplicate the minions for the team. Righteous Fury would be weird.
You better protect me. Y'all better protect me. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
Y'all
you can
better.
still cast it anyway.
No, I don't know if he's gonna allow me to, because stupid limited.
What rule?
The rule on casting limited through other party members.
Yeah, that was. Remember the rule I wanted was I want limiteds to be once per
You
ability.
want it to be once per party instead of once per character, which is just weird. Honestly.
Well, as I said, it depends on, of course, the person.
Well, it's like I can completely understand that if they don't take an action, like if only one person gets to cast it. But
if I get trample, I can only move.
I mean, you are using an action to activate it. So, like, I have to use one of my abilities to use it.
True, you are using an action. As I said, it's on an individual case. I'm still working out the exact.
And also, if you allow me to do that, I actually have something to do with my anytimes.
Yeah.
My 2 anytimes can actually come to use because I have a few limiteds I can actually cast.
Yeah. I noticed.
What's giving you the ability to cast other people's spells?
Netherberry branch.
Oh, you got the Netherberry branch?
And no one got any of the skills that can be used as anytimes or anything like that.
I fished. Sheriff
Besides
and
limiteds.
Swashbuckler both have good options.
I mean, there are a lot of limiteds, and they can be used as anytimes.
Yeah,
so
true.
That can give me something to do.
Oh boy, this is gonna be weird designing your legendaries.
Look, I'll give you my backstory. I mean, I already
know.
have a lot
So
of ideas
Apples,
for
did you
Preston.
want to? What skill would you be willing to trade with Nick for trample? Because that would really fit your character.
I mean,
big old black boar with basic attacks of amazingness.
I'll take Nourish Animation.
Yeah, but already really. Okay, sure. Trade that.
Hey,
Well,
Grim, I used that 100 gold to buy something.
So the last thing, Nick, you do have 30 gold. Do you want to do your once per shot fed off? Do you want to just save that gold, or do you want to do a once per shot fed off?
No, I'm giving it to Grim.
Okay.
So I guess he's just gonna have 30 gold in his pocket.
Yep.
Should I make my once per shot bet?
Sure you can. What do you want to bet for?
Can I see if I roll a 20 to steal a mage lexicon? If I roll a 20?
Magic lexicon?
He's been getting all those books.
Oh, you want? What is that one? That one is for what classes?
It's it's for enchanter, wizard, and third. I'd want it for wizard though. I know I'd have to roll a 20 because I have 0 gold.
But he's been getting a lot of books though.
Yeah, you have a lot of gold. You really don't have a lot of slots besides the Templar slots.
Well, I mean, I have this thing I'm never going to use, probably, considering we're all ageless.
Well,
And plus, I'm not the biggest fan of marking spots, so if I get a wizard spell, I'd probably trade out one of these two.
Yeah, who knows? Alright.
Yeah. I'm probably not gonna roll a
God, what was your gold roll?
I got a 14. Like, I'm fine if I have to roll a 20, because I have 0 gold to bet.
Yeah, I'm not... I'll be a little nicer than that. I'll say... Oh, yeah, you do have 0. Yeah, it would be a 20 roll. It's a 20 roll. You have 0 gold to bet. You got a solid starting gold amount.
And I got fronted like 200 worth.
Oh,
no, good thing it's a meta roll, so no, there's no penalty.
Here, sir, I polished your book for you. I read through it. It's a page turner. I apologize.
I learned absolutely nothing from it.
The pictures, the sketch arts, they were phenomenal.
This is not a magic lexicon. This is a pop-up book.
Okay, so these are our characters for this week.
Yeah.
I mean, holy Jesus!
I feel like a satisfactorily.
These are powerful characters. I get to make a
mean,
nice, fun, challenging campaign for you guys.
Great, 10 hours, fun. Or,
Go!
remember,
Yep. Nope, you're gonna fight a monkey. You're gonna fight 5 billion monkey fish at once.
look.
Yeah,
So
as
Jay,
a,
just remember, the most I can actually do damage, the most my character could probably do is duplicate all the minions, which already only have 1 health to begin with. I can whisper at people, which is now dark, and once I can just cast
Nick,
wormhole.
because you do have the Netherberry branch, you do have the versatility of using other people's skills.
I do, but you know my bad luck when it comes to trying in campaigns.
You have
So-
Blood Blast as an option, even though it would cost 30 of your stamina. Would be 30 damage from range.
I'm mainly looking
You
at
can
some of
Bone
the
Army, you can
Yeah.
yeah,
Wind
by the way,
Walk,
you might notice I
Rage
actually
Dead.
Summon Bone Army this time around.
Hey, Dominic Goopy.
Let's see what else.
I think this marks the first campaign where no one bought a second attribute.
I know. It's sad.
There's more.
You
important
can
stuff on
Righteous
there.
Fury, technically. You can Honor Chains EX, Trample if you want to actually move forward. If you want to just run. You can roll. Yeah, you can Trample just to move forward. Just like, oh wait, it does say add a target. Sorry.
Hey, wait.
Funny
Yeah,
enough,
I
you
once
can augment your weapon, technically, if BMM tags along.
Oh yeah, wait, I just forgot. I know. I forgot. I need to do my one shot bet. I'd like to bet on some air.
You did bet, Nick.
Some fresh air on what?
Okay, roll for fresh air.
I don't
See
need
if
it.
the window open.
I don't know if I need it because I'm ageless.
You have air. Yeah, you have air.
Air.
Good old air. Okay, I'm gonna have to make sure to
Can we talk
quit
about
screen.
Preston and Grim? Like after.
Yeah, if you two want to start discussing your backstory, I'll see if I can dig out your legendary echo. But yeah, so we'll officially end the recording of the stream here. Well, the recording. I don't know how this will work. It gives me a chance to test how I do it on YouTube and stuff. But we'll see. But hopefully we'll see you next Sunday for Urealms Live Bang Quest.